Hey, what's going on today, guys? My name's Trey. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. My buddy Jeff from the Let's Have Some Beer channel on YouTube sent me a pretty awesome beer from a famous brewery in Southern California, and I'm going to review it today. Let's get into it. So if anybody knows me, you know off the bat that I love my fiance, I love trucks, I love hiking, I love traveling, I love whiskey, I love bourbon, and I love beer. Now, quick disclaimer, just to plug my buddy Jeff's YouTube channel. He actually lives in Southern California. He lives in Orange County in particular. And so he's able to basically go all over California, but not only California, he travels to New England, like he's been to Europe. He's basically been all over. Like he's sampled some amazing beers and he basically documents that on his YouTube channel. He does sampling, he goes to beer festivals, he homebrews himself. This guy is just like a beer god. Like he knows the ins and outs of homebrewing and he knows the ins and outs of what it takes to make a great beer. And he's got some of the most spot on taste buds out there. So please go ahead and check his channel out. I'll leave it below in the description. He is a really great guy as well. So during my time in Southern California, Jeff and I would go all over the place, sampling beer, trying beer, getting drunk, like just having a great time. And one of our favorite haunts that we would visit would be Bottle Logic in Anaheim. Now, Bottle Logic is a world-renowned brewery. They're known for their stouts, they're known for their hazy IPAs, and they're just known for creating some of the most unique beers that can be found really anywhere on the planet. And even though they specialize in a number of beers, they are primarily known for their imperial stouts. And in fact, my favorite beer of all time is actually from Bottle Logic, and it's called Jam the Radar. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of Fundamental Observation, Jam the Radar, you know, Paisely Cave Complex. I'm sure you guys have heard about these beers, but when it comes to my taste buds and my preference, nothing beats Jam the Radar. It's just such a flawless beer. It is a big beer, but I love it so much. It tastes really good. Jam the Radar comes in at 14%. It is packed with cacao nibs, raspberry. It's just a huge beer. It is super boozy, but man, it's right up my alley. And since it's so incredibly difficult to get beer here to Hawaii from the mainland and really from anywhere in the world, Jeff, I cannot thank you enough for shipping me this beer. I cannot wait to try it. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so the beer that I'm gonna be trying today is called Paisely Cave Complex. It is a collab beer between Great Notion in Oregon and Bottle Logic in Anaheim. And I'm just gonna read from the bottle. Paisely Cave Complex is an imperial stout brewed with marshmallows, aged in bourbon barrels, and finished in the cacao nibs, blueberries, and natural flavors. And it comes in at 14.64%, and it was released in 2020. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and start opening this beer, and we're gonna sample it. Look at that beer. Like, it's a beautiful beer. It actually pours like motor oil. I know that sounds kind of funny, but it is a really big beer. You know, it's 14%, and I'll tell you what, it definitely pours like a 14%. All right, so let's get into the aroma. Oh man, this is boozy. So it's actually kind of strange. I get tequila on the nose. Definitely getting chocolate, dark fruits, raisins, cherries, plums. Getting a little bit of coffee in there as well. It smells really good. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the taste. Cheers. Oh. I mean, right on the tip of the tongue, blueberry, big pancake, waffle, sweetness, but it's not overly cloying, if that makes sense. It's really thick as well. Oh man, you really get that big blueberry taste. It tastes like breakfast, you know, if you've had like fresh waffles with fresh blueberries, and you know, you get that sweetness from the pancake, and you get the, you know, if you try to pour some chocolate syrup on that, you know, it's pretty sweet I'm definitely getting the booziness as well. But overall, man, this is a really solid beer. And the more I drink it, for a 14.6% beer, it is pretty big, but it's not overly strong. It definitely goes down pretty smooth, but big chocolate, big coffee, big toffee, caramel. You're getting a lot of sweetness from this beer for a 14.6%. It's definitely boozy, but it just reminds me of breakfast. It reminds me of blueberry waffles, blueberry pancakes, putting some chocolate on it. This is a bomb beer. So I'm getting like, the more I drink it too, I'm getting like raisins. I'm getting like dark California raisins, plums. It's a really, really good beer, and there's so much going on. It's such a complex beer, and I love these collab ideas, that I'm seeing nowadays in the beer world. And it's just so amazing. Bottle Logic is obviously like, at the top of their class when it comes to beer. And then Great Notion is also at the top of their class. So the fact that these breweries literally worldwide are just collabing and, creating these amazing concoctions, it's amazing to see. Long live craft beer. This is a beer that, is truly like, the representation of what craft beer is. It's truly a beautiful masterpiece. And I'm so thankful to be able to be here in Hawaii. I got the ocean, I got the Pacific right out my window. I'm so thankful to be here and being able to drink such an amazing beer. So yeah, guys, with that being said, Jeff, I think I'm like neck and neck here with Jam the Radar and Paisely Cave Complex. These are both amazing beers. I'm gonna give the edge to this one, primarily because I can just recall Jam the Radar being a little bit more boozier. This is a little bit smoother to go down, and it just tastes great. The experience is awesome. Really, really just big chocolate, big blueberry. It's definitely a blueberry forward beer. I mean, it even says on the bottle, BA Imperial Blueberry Stout. So that's definitely what Bottle Logic and Great Notion were going for, and they just hit it right on the head. This is a solid beer. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. And if you wanna be technical, I'm gonna give this beer a 98.5%. And I would say the only reason why I'm going to give it a 98.5% is because for me, when it comes to Bottle Logic in particular, I love the experience of going there and actually trying the beer fresh from the tap. So that actually doesn't mean it's a bad thing, that I gave it a 98.5%, but that's the only reason why I'm not giving it 100. It's definitely 100 worthy, but this was bottled, I want to say a couple of months ago, but it still tastes phenomenal. It tastes great. Jeff, thank you so much. I cannot wait for us to be able to crack one of these open and try it. But if you guys are looking for a good solid beer from Bottle Logic and Great Notion, this is definitely something that is right up your alley. And if you are looking to get into stouts in general, this is definitely a good starting point, because even though it comes in at a 14.6%, it definitely does not feel like you are gonna be having a rough night. This is definitely drinkable. It is a little bit boozy, but don't worry, don't let that scare you. It is a solid beer. So with that being said, I'm gonna finish the rest of this with my fiance. Actually, I'm gonna let her try it off camera. All right, guys, so my fiance is drinking it off camera. She's smelling it. Ooh. Now, disclaimer, my fiance is not big into stouts. She's not big into like bigger, heavier beers. So I'm pretty interested to see what her thoughts are. So she just sipped it, and ooh, she's not giving it the best look. But you got to keep in mind, like, she likes lighter beer. She likes lagers, pilsners, stuff that you could drink at a football game, But what's great is my fiance has been to Bottle Logic, so she's had their beers before. Babe, what do you have to say?
I mean, all I taste is chocolate, and I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate.
Okay, so. Anything else? Besides the chocolate, anything else in there?
It was just that overpowering. For somebody that doesn't like chocolate, that's all I taste is chocolate. I mean, I could drink it. I would just have to drink it very slow with a lot of sips.
Okay.
It's definitely your type of beer as opposed to mine.
Okay. So I know a lot of you guys and gals on my channel, you know, you delve in drinking. If you do live in Southern California or if you live in the mainland USA, I would highly recommend just checking out Bottle Logic or Great Notion. They put out some great, amazing beers. And if you happen to live, honestly, within like 4 hours of the LA Orange County area, I would highly recommend making the road trip down to the Anaheim area, because I don't know what it is, but Anaheim just, like, there's so many great breweries there. It's actually insane. And in fact, if you don't even want to come down to the OC, like, there are just some other great breweries in Southern California in general. Literally from the San Fernando Valley all the way down to nearly the border of Mexico. Like, there's some great breweries there. But I'm telling you, Bottle Logic is hands down one of the best in SoCal. World-class brewery. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know this is something a little bit different from what you're used to. I know you don't see my truck. You know, I know you don't see anything happening, technically speaking, with any, like, you know, unboxings or anything like that. But I love beer. You know, I love food as well. If you guys like this type of content, you know, please leave a thumbs up. My buddy Jeff is running a great channel though, so if you can, please show him some love, show him some support. He talks about everything regarding beer. Like I said, he is a home brewer. He travels the world sampling some of the greatest beer out there. He is a world-class guy as well. So thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, mahalo.